Right.
All right. I guess I'll fire her off here. Day one of Tenkiller is in the books. Luke is not in the top 30, but I am in the top 50. Blakey Poo, who's not on here yet. He's supposed to be on here. He's lollygagging as usual. He's sitting, was it 13th, 14th? He had a good day. You know, I'm super proud for him. Like we've been really hoping he would catch a good bag here, and hopefully he does it again tomorrow. He's probably going to be right behind me because tomorrow I'm going to bust 18. So, you know, that would be really sweet if I busted 18 tomorrow. But no, it was today was definitely I caught way more fish than I thought I would. Honestly, that first day of practice, just like everybody you talk to, it seems like really done well or caught a bunch of fish. Caught a lot of good fish, or you know, I mean, just more than what we did the next 2 days. I caught more fish the first day than I did the next 2 days in practice. You know, we had.
There it is.
Oh, he decided to show up.
I couldn't get the laptop to work, so
yeah, now you're out fiddle fudging around. Is what you're doing.
Huh?
Take your glasses off your hat so we can see the falcon. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate that.
How's the Airbnb?
It's fantastic. We just got done eating 2-inch steaks that we couldn't eat all of. The grill got that on me. I just, you know, I tried my best. Aaron still grabbed. Lakin loved the steak.
Yeah,
he was chewing the hell out of it, but no, we can actually see Pettit Bay from where we're staying at, like the dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're way up on top of the hill though.
There's some big hills.
All right, so tell us the juice. Don't lie to me. I've already watched all your live footage, so I can tell exactly what you did, where you're at, what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to try to do most of the same stuff, I guess, but
you don't know what he's going to do tomorrow. You had 14.5 pounds, and you don't know what you're going to do tomorrow? What?
I still like that shallow bite. Still scares me a lot too.
Why?
I don't know because
and you never even went to the bank.
Do what?
You were 13th, and you didn't go to the freaking bank all day, except for messing around.
That service is pretty good.
That's great, Blake. Good job.
Nice work.
The one live he gets on.
Yep. Can't even figure it out. He's at home.
At home. So,
anyways, you might as well film in on your day. I mean, everyone probably watched it, but.
Well, like I said, since Blake's blacked out right now, my day I did not exactly what I wanted to. I went shallow. You know, I'm a flipper, and stuck a buzzbait and a Christy critter in my hand, and did that till about 8:45, 9 o'clock, and I abandoned it. Why? Because we have cloudy conditions, nasty, rainy, just the ideal shallow fishing day. Really, today was the day for a topwater. I'm not I don't really like flipping as much whenever it's cloudy. That's just, it's just not really what I like to do. I don't feel as comfortable doing it because I want those fish when I'm flipping to be really tight to the cover. And it seems like the sunlight of shallow pushes those fish to the bases and makes them, you know, get where I want them to be. But I went out deep. No, nice to see you. We're talking about my day. We'll get you in a minute.
And I don't know what happened. Sorry.
But I actually pulled up on a spot that I was like, dang, I forgot about that. I'd seen one just out there deep, and I was like, oh, I'll swing over there. Well, heck, there was a bunch of them out there, and I caught 2 or 3 real quick. And then went back to the bank, caught one on a buzzbait, and then after that happened, I said, I ran to my next spot, which I really liked in practice. I thought it was going to be really good, and I pulled up there. I lost one as soon as I got there. He might have been a 2-pounder, and go up on the next deal, look up there, and I catch a 3, and there's like 15 with it, and I was like, uh-oh, things are about to get good, and they all came out and never went back. And could not get them to bite. Like I left them for about 15 minutes and hit some other stuff, but they still wouldn't bite. And then I kept running deep stuff the rest of the day and ended up catching my 13.5 pounds and just didn't, but I never did get the good bite. I did lose one that I really wish I could have got a hold of again because when I hit her, I hardly moved her and she went to head shaking. So I'm going to say it was probably a 40-pound flathead, but highly unlikely because there's 3 of them sitting there. But, that was my day. I really wish I would have stayed shallow longer this morning and really kind of hit some stuff. But one thing about it, after your first stretch that you're on, if you fish shallow or deep, pretty much,
Yeah,
you're behind somebody. My second area, my third area. My second area actually didn't have anybody on it. My third area, I pulled in there and there was 9 boats. I was like, yeah, my confidence level really went to crap real quick. So I bounced out of there and just went to bouncing around. I fished some stuff 2 or 3 times, and I wish I wouldn't have. But heck, the rain come in. What about 12:30 or so?
when it hit, it freaking hit.
Yeah,
and that wind.
But I don't know if tomorrow. I think the rain's supposed to be over with by the time we take off in the morning. What little they're calling for.
Really? Okay, I haven't looked at that. Someone told me it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow.
Really?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
But they did back the water off a little bit.
I did see that. It's like
so
4
I think,
foot. And
so I think they're going to kind of let us not stay at 4 foot, but they're not going to drop the bottom out of it like they have been.
that's unfortunate.
Still 6,000 a day. Pulling 6,000 an hour. That's going to drop it probably 6 inches a day instead of a foot.
Yeah,
that'd be roughly what it is.
Right now, it's like perfect for flipping though. Still get up there easy and not making a bunch of noise, and still have 2.5 foot on most of the trees.
Yeah, but it definitely cleared up super fast. Did you notice?
Yeah, I didn't notice that. No, but
because you're not anywhere near where I was. You're at the other end of the lake.
Yeah.
So, but now let's hear your day. Go ahead and just explain it.
Well, I had way too many rods out, I can tell you that. And started out with topwater, and I still have not caught a topwater fish. I don't understand that, so that's pretty cool that you caught some on it. It was a perfect day for it.
That was my second biggest fish, and then I laid it down right after that and never picked it up again.
Yeah. I threw it. I threw it around some bushes, and after I fished bushes the first, and just some like rock jetty and stuff the first hour, and really I had no bites or nothing. I slid out and instantly caught a keeper cranking actually, and then followed it up and I caught almost a 4-pound brownie right after that.
What'd you get on?
Minnow.
Why'd you tell us? You could have just said, "Hey, it don't matter."
Well, maybe it wasn't a minnow.
I know it was a minnow.
Yeah, but I don't know. And then I end up going back up shallow, and then I'd go back out deep. And I caught on a hodgepodge of different stuff today. That was the weird thing. I never just really locked into just one bait.
Did you have a bunch of follow your minnow and wouldn't touch it today?
Oh yeah, 100%. I had several that have teeth marks right, like just on the back end of it.
Really, mine wouldn't even commit. Like I did catch my best fish today on a minnow.
Yeah.
And I caught a couple on it, but most of them they would get right there and just track it. And I don't know if I think the cloudiness messed that up.
Probably because I caught just as many on a jig and a worm today than I did on the minnow. But
do you think this is just, I know this is awful what we was talking about. Have you noticed that when it's cloudy they go to the bottom, and when it's sunny they float more?
Yeah.
The exact opposite of what we've always thought in our entire lives, right?
Oh, exactly. It don't make no sense. No sense. I'm curious. Those weights were, I said 12.5 originally a day will get you paid, and it's 12.7 right now. But I don't know. I just don't see those weights going up tomorrow. Could be wrong though.
There were several guys in the top 10 that are big time flippers. Well, the top 20 that are big time flippers.
Yeah.
I I did see one of the guys in the top 10. He's a flipper. He was not flipping when I seen him.
Really?
He was out fishing some stuff I was kind of around. I was actually around 3 of the top 10 guys today, a bunch today.
Yeah.
And, they're just better than me. So,
Does we got a question from Derek? Does color play, or did color play a role today at all in baits?
I mean, which Blake caught him. I mean, he's probably throwing the normal stuff we always throw up here.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't-
mine
I don't-
really was too. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think I didn't throw as like I've been throwing some silvers and stuff on the minnows. I went to like a darker minnow, but that's what I got a bite on. But I don't know. I think they could have bit either of them. If that makes sense. I don't know.
yeah, because it seemed like the offshore stuff when I would pull up to it, when they bit, it was automatic. Like whether
Yes.
it be a drop shot or a jig or a minnow, it was the first or second cast you threw up there and it was whack.
Yeah.
There's the bite. I think I think it goes back to a timing more than anything. You know, when they decide to bite, they're going to bite because I fished several piles that had some fish in them today,
Mhm.
and they would either first cast bite it or you might as well forget about it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Someone could have just hit that pile or rock or whatever, which is highly likely.
Yeah.
But I did not see the amount of boats today I thought I would.
I know. I was kind of the same way. Well, I did make a move around 11 o'clock, I would say, and I found the boats. So
Where are they all at?
they're right there by the dam.
Really?
So
That's the juice.
I don't know about the juice, but they were there.
Like on the dam, actually fishing?
No, like just around that area.
I mean, like from I call them the 2 big islands out there.
Yeah, from like the Big Island to like Burnt Cabin. It seemed like there was boats everywhere right through there.
Oh, really? See, I come through there around 11:30, 12, and I mean, I seen some boats, but not like what I expected.
Yeah.
Because I started more up the river this morning, and my first spot I pulled in, Tyler Rivette wanted to start there. Because he rolled up and he said, "You're on my spot," but Jordan Lee was around that area, but I only seen like 4 boats around me, and I was like, if I'd have known this, I would have started another area and then come to this.
Yeah, I had a boat that I thought was going to cut me off this morning until they hit the rocks that they didn't know were there. Yeah, I don't think he was on a pad. I don't think he seen me, but he was coming right to T-bone me. And I was asking the camera guy, I said, "Does he see us?" And about that time, he shut down and smoked some rocks and said, "I didn't know those were there." So I thought that was kind of funny.
There's about only one area to have that happen to it right now.
It was actually close to where some rocks that you hit previously.
Well, we got to say stuff like that. That's been 10 years ago. We can't bring that 5 years. It doesn't matter. So,
pretty close to that area.
We got another question. Being a smaller body of water in comparison to many tournament lakes, do you guys think weights are going to sustain or drop significantly as the weekend goes on?
It has to drop. I still think 25 pounds, you'll make it no problem, I think. I don't know about no problem. I just don't see another 12 and a half being the cut.
No.
I only say that because there can't be that many up there. I don't know how much the bushes will replenish.
Yeah, because it's not like we got stable water sitting there or water coming up to go ahead and make them feel safe to where I know there were several areas today that I fished that had water on them in practice, had no water on them today.
Yeah.
I mean, they pulled right at a little over 2 foot out, didn't they? I think what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a hell of a lot of water.
A lot of water.
But I really think 24 will get you in.
Yeah, I think so. You'll be real close.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be a bubble. But we were looking at from like 12, 14 to 12 pounds was like 36 to 59th or 60th place.
Yeah.
And then, you're 6 ounces out, whatever you are, from being a top 10. And
Mhm.
I'm at 13.9 and I'm a pound and a half out. And I'm in
Yeah.
34th, third, whatever. These weights are just like they are up north, except 4 pounds smaller.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know what could happen tomorrow. Like, I mean, the only positive thing that I think they have kept the weights up a little bit was the conditions.
100%. I think it was the best day yet. Like better than practice and stuff too. I think.
Yes. I wonder how many brownies were weighed in today. I wonder if there was a bunch or not, because this is the weather the brownies eat in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Like you go up north, they love sunshine, a touch of wind. They love to be able to see. Where it's like our smallmouth would prefer it to be the nastiest weather. That's when I've caught my biggest smallmouth, or best days of smallmouth in Oklahoma.
Did you weigh any smallmouth in today?
No, I didn't catch but a couple of tiny ones.
Really?
All mine largemouth. I caught a few 2 pound, 2.25 pound spots today.
Really? I've heard that from a couple people.
They were fat. Like, I would love to have some 16-inch spots tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think they weigh 2.5 or almost 3 pounds, But
I'd
they
love to catch about 11 pounds in the first hour just to feel, happy.
If you catch 8 pounds in the first hour, you'll be okay.
I don't know about that. I think I'd be a little.
If you catch 10 pounds tomorrow, you're in.
Yeah.
I've got to catch 11 pounds again tomorrow to get in. And it looks like it was easy to catch that. It's not easy to catch a 2.5 pound average here.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I had almost a 4-pounder. That's what got me up there. It was like a 313 smallmouth.
That felt good, I bet, didn't it?
Second fish too.
Really? Well, I thought you'd say, "Oh yeah." What time do you have your limit?
It actually was a little bit later than you'd think. I think it was like 10 o'clock. I think.
Really? I was at 8:30. I was culling.
Really? No, it took me a little bit. I missed 2 fish today. I had one that was a really good one that locked me up, and I just missed it. And right after I caught that good one, and then later in the day, I threw a jig into a dang brush pile, and I watched them go down on the scope and all that. There was 3 of them, and it thumped it, and I cracked the hook. And the second I set the hook, my dang line broke way up my line. So I don't know what happened on that deal.
Probably that backlash you had that morning. You just co-cocked it in there.
Probably from 3 days ago, from Luke saying I retie too much, reach full too much. Yeah.
No, accidentally, I had a razor blade while you were asleep yesterday. I was fraying your line.
Yeah. I heard y'all talking. I hit my snooze button a couple times.
Yeah, you was out. Like, you didn't even say bye, hi, piss on y'all, or nothing.
I thought Aaron was gonna go in there too, take a nap.
I did take a nap.
No.
Yeah, I took like a 40-minute nap. That was good.
Yeah. Oh, I was too.
We got another question. Chase asked, one thing each of you would do differently tomorrow.
Go ahead, Blakey Poo.
Probably less time in the bushes.
More time in the bushes. I told Aaron, I said, if things get right, and they're pretty close to right, I've got one spot. It's either going to pay off major or it's going to tank me. And because if it pays off, I'm going to bust 17 tomorrow. If it pays off.
Yeah.
Maybe more. So, and if it pays off, I get this Saturday. Oh, my bad. Oh, too much. No, I don't know. I don't know really. I wouldn't do a whole lot of different than what I did today. I think I would have spent a little bit more time in the bushes, seeing what some of the guys that were around where I was at fishing, I just didn't stick with it. I had too much other stuff on my mind running to go do because I was thinking, well, they weren't in that stuff on the third day of practice. And then when I pulled up the first or second offshore, they were sitting on that stuff. And really, I didn't see many boats around it. I wish I'd have ran some stuff that was kind of off the grid more.
Yeah.
Not just the complete main stuff. I don't, everybody keeps like, even my camera guy today, he was like, well, you've been here a lot. And I was like, no, I really haven't. And I haven't been here a lot. I fished it one time that it was 4 foot in the bushes. And by the time the tournament was, they dropped it out of it. So, I mean, that can't even take. And that was literally 2011 or 12.
You fished the tournament when it was 4 foot low on it too.
Yeah, my Skag's still sitting on that point over there too. But so I really don't have complete sneak stuff at all. Like where certain things are. I mean that's because you fish here a lot.
Yeah.
And, you've seen these conditions probably before.
Yeah.
Well, I mean you've seen every condition from February till January. So it's I wouldn't change a whole lot though. I mean,
you look at it. I mean, both of you guys said if you could have what you had today, you'd be fine. You'd be A-okay with it after practice.
Yeah.
If you look at your guys' weights, I mean, literally a pound has Luke out at 10th, and a pound would have you in the top 5.
Yeah.
I mean that's the thing here.
I was shocked there wasn't 19 plus pound bag weight in today.
Yeah, expect at least one. There's got to be an 18 or 19 pound bag this week.
Yeah, and that guy could had 10 pounds today. Yeah, that's what's Oklahoma. That's really crazy. What can happen in Oklahoma? The guy that's setting out of the top 60 could potentially come back and win this deal.
100%.
I mean, like Jason, he had a rough day today.
Yeah.
10 something.
Oh.
I got Jason could come back tomorrow and catch 15 or 16, turn around and catch 15 or 16 again on Saturday and be in contention to win this deal.
100%. He's not out of it no. Don't.
There's nobody that has over 10 pound or has around the 10 pound range that doesn't have a legit shot to still win this deal. I mean, they're going to have to back it up with 3 really good days.
Yeah.
But it can happen.
And anyone's liable to have a bad day tomorrow or a good day tomorrow because even I don't know who's in last place, but they have just as good a chance of making a check tomorrow as, right around because I think 9. Yeah.
9 pounds, 8 or 9 pounds, there's a potential of 17 to 20 pound bag out here anytime. There's a 25 pound bag out here somewhere.
Yeah.
No one's caught it. No one's caught that. But
and I do think it's going to be really hard to catch that because I caught some really like a really nice largemouth today. Had a big head on it. It was just post spawn and skinny as can be.
I caught one today. I caught him in practice, and I caught him again today. He's on fry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he is because somebody bit instantly. When I threw in there on the second day of practice, he nailed it, and I went in there today and I caught him again. And he's a good quarter, which, tomorrow I'll probably pray to have him.
No joke.
It's Oklahoma. Me and you fished it. We live here, and I've seen bags that you crack them one day, and the next day you struggle to catch a limit. And that could be us tomorrow. I mean, I caught probably 15 keepers today.
Yeah, that's probably close to what I caught. I only called up, probably 5 times throughout the day.
Just 5 times. That's not bad. I mean, every third fish you caught, you called up. That's not bad. So,
that was definitely better than the second day of practice. That second day of practice had me scratching my head.
Even the third day was tough.
The third day was tough too. It's a little bit better, but that's I didn't know. I don't know if that off day could have helped us too more than we realized.
It helped us a tremendous amount.
Yeah.
I mean, would it have probably been okay to be fishing with that water falling hard you know. But you notice that, I mean, there's some guys that are phenomenal scopers on the tour. We know that. And they didn't do as good.
Yeah.
You know, I think if they have sun, it could be a whole different ball game for those guys too.
Yeah.
Um, who knows? So I mean, it's Oklahoma still, and which I seen one of the guys that's in the top, or two of them, quite a bit, and they aren't near the bank. You know, they're out doing scoper stuff
Yeah.
for sure. But I don't know. It's hard. I seen Carl Jacobson today a couple of times, and I was like, "Why in the hell are we out here?" And there was a wad on the point that I was fishing, and he pulled in there, and he said, "You mind if I cast?" I said, "No." I said, "They're up here." I said, "I can't get on the bite." He said, "I got a couple to bite the other day," and he pulled in there and he caught one. It was just the low keeper, but and he might have sat there and caught more because I left. But the guy hits the right little low stretch, can get right in a hurry, you know. But you can also get in a bad rotation on these smaller lakes and not be good at all.
Yeah, definitely on that. And that's something that I haven't seen this week is like Tenkiller's notorious for having, big schools, especially late in the summertime. They're hard to catch, but there's a bunch of them there and stuff. I haven't seen like those 20, 30 fish on a point grouped together, just setting together. It's just like pods here and there. That's what's making it tough, I feel like, too.
Yeah, but you think them schools can get busted up real quick when you got 100 guys circling?
Yeah, I do. I just don't think those big groups have got, together yet.
We haven't had the weather for them. If it
Yeah.
would have been 85 degrees and sunshine and the water had been in the mid 80s and we wouldn't have had this weather system coming through.
Yeah, normal level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you notice that those schools are better when the water's stable?
I feel like it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I didn't know because I guess it's
Or if they're pulling like an extreme amount of current, to kind of pull them all out onto something.
But if the water would have been a foot or 2 foot high and then they yanked it out, it would have definitely drew them.
Yes.
90% of them.
Yeah.
No, not 90, but it would have pulled a bunch more out there because there's a lot of fish still in that. The bushes are 4 foot now, but like from that 10 foot of water, there's a bunch of fish just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, but kind of that old bank line.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
We got to talk about this mustache.
Well, if we make a cut, it's probably going to stay around for a while.
I want you to grow it out and like get that thing to where it actually turns out.
Man, I felt pretty good today. I was running down the lake and I could actually feel it flapping in the winds.
They say you're gonna need some wax pretty soon.
I got some wax. You want me to start curling it? Yeah. That ain't that big. I actually trimmed it up last night.
Nick Conger says Panger jinxed Jason 100%. Jason wants the sun. He called all the Cherokees to his boat for a sun dance.
Bet he doesn't falter tomorrow.
No.
I mean, this is probably one of his toughest days he's had on this pond.
And it didn't help. I was fishing a spot this morning, and I had a couple buddies following me and stuff. And I said, "Here comes Jason." And this was like several miles away. And all I knew was Jason because all you could see was like 20 boats coming toward me. Yeah. And then they didn't see the Falcon boat come around.
There was somebody and it could have been Jason, that was kind of come up toward the river. And there was
early,
like
10 o'clock. Yeah. Maybe actually, no, probably 9 o'clock.
This would have been around 8. And they come on up the river and not, before Pettit and went into one of the big bays. And there was like boats just kept coming and coming and coming. I was like, well, that's either Jason or Milliken.
That sounds like Jason because it was about that. It was early in the morning when he was headed up there when I seen him.
Yeah, I was, But I feel for Jason coming to play this place because I mean, not only is it smaller, and you probably have the same issue, in other tournaments and stuff like that. People are going to notice you,
Oh yeah.
and I would have done the same thing because I done it at Eufaula in that open last year before last. I didn't fish a lot of stuff because I didn't want to see people to see me there.
100%. Yeah.
Because and I think and that can hurt you and help you. It's a double-edged sword for sure.
Yeah.
That it's just tough.
Yeah.
I mean, because he wanted to check some stuff just to see if it was there, but by God, he don't want to shut down on some off the wall stuff. And someone just seen, because it happens from jackpots to the Elite Series.
And everyone knows Jason too.
Oh yeah.
I was fishing down a bank today, and there was a guy unloading or waiting on someone. I don't know what he was doing, but I was just going around him, and he said, "Jason, you catch him today?" And I said, "Well, I ain't Jason, but
how do you not be able to tell the difference? You can barely see over your steering wheel, and Jason's like sitting on top of it."
Exactly. I think it's the booyah wrap, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just because you were catching them so good today.
Yeah,
They had
that
you
might have
mixed
been
up.
it.
Hell no. No.
But did you?
Heck
But
no.
too, there was more people fishing today that weren't fishing the tournament. Did you see that today?
No, not too much. I did see some people out there though.
I did too. Like,
Yeah.
But everybody talks about that it is a public lake and stuff like that. It's just, what did Rock said it best? It's a very controversial deal, but Rock said it best. We don't go to your job to take your paycheck.
Yeah.
He said that. But it's a public water, so I mean it goes on everywhere we go. It's nothing new. But it is just, I guess, because this pond's so small that it makes it more prevalent when you do have people fishing.
Yeah.
So,
On the flip side, though, weigh-in, it was rainy. We had a lot of crowd there today.
We did have a pretty good crowd. We did.
For where Cherokee Landing is, it's or not Cherokee, but Chicken Creek. It's kind of in the middle of nothing. So I was kind of surprised how many people were out, in the rain watching weigh-in.
I was too, because it was terrible today. Like, today is not. I mean, you can probably hear the rain beating off the tin roof here at this house right now.
Yeah.
But it's Oklahoma. If it would have been pretty, I think we'd had a really good crowd. I know we were here that fall in 19, especially day 3 weigh-in, because I didn't make day 4. We had a really good crowd at the casino.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to that. We got to make it, but there'll be a pretty good crowd this weekend, I think. There'll be a big crowd on this lake this weekend too, if it turns off nice on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Did y'all have the weigh-in at the casino at 19, you said?
Yes. Yeah, we went.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, were you even out of high school yet?
Barely. Yeah.
He didn't have a mustache back then, I can promise you that for sure.
No, but he had a whole head of hair, I bet.
Yeah, that's questionable.
Well, a lot of people, we stayed with Blake during practice and stuff, and we came and got a house during the tournament because some family and stuff didn't know if they were going to get to come, but they were able to show up. But the house is kind of set up 2 bedrooms on one end of the house, which I'm sure that was Jake's and yours, right?
Yeah.
And took a shower in there, and I was like, well, there's some really nice shampoo and stuff in here because his mom's a salon hairdresser, and so's mine. And I was like, well, Blake doesn't have any hair. Neither does Jake. So I was like, should I really use this shampoo or not? Like, I was kind of getting nervous. And I scratched my head, and some hair was falling out. So it might be the shampoo.
Might be the shampoo, yeah.
Maybe just don't wash your hair anymore.
Yeah.
He ain't got nothing left to wash.
That's when fish been
Hey,
scratching my head all the time.
I want you to take yours, and I want you to shave all this and just leave the outside.
Yeah.
Shave the top and just leave the outside edge.
Yeah.
If
Just
you,
like
top,
someone,
if you top 10 it, that's what I'm going to do to you Saturday night. I'm going to shave this, but buzz it back, and then get you a toupee.
I don't know what that is, but
We'll glue your hair on.
Yeah, we'll get you hair extensions.
yeah.
I'm sure Chris can get us some of those. We can probably put them on there.
Well, Aaron's girlfriend was talking about that.
Yeah, she was talking about giving you a full head of hair with the toupee.
Yeah. Yeah, she was. Kind of got intrigued listening.
Yeah, she might be.
So, what do you think top 10 weight's going to be after tomorrow?
Top 10, 28. I don't know.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Maybe 29. 28 and a half will get you in top 10.
I'm saying 28 and a quarter. I don't know. There was a lot of I don't know. There was a lot of 14-pound stringers now that I'm saying that. Yeah, I think 29. How many 14-pound stringers were there? There was a bunch, I felt like.
Lucky Lure said 29.11. He's probably pretty dang close.
Yeah, no.
Let me look her up here. No, that's fact. Leaderboard here. 15-2 was 10th. 11th was 14-12. 26. Coop had 14-1. From 11th to 26 was 14 pounds.
15 bags, yeah.
And Patrick Waters had 13-15.
Yeah, so there's
caught him today pretty good. 13-9.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, I did think you're going to need 20. Yeah, 29. Yeah, you're going to need right at 29. 29.11 is a good guess. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'd say 29 gets you in. That's 14 and a half a day. That's tough to do back-to-back days.
Yeah, I agree.
We got any more people throwing any comments to us or anything?
Right now.
Mark says 29-11 and someone from outside the top 25. I agree. It's probably going to be Luke Palmer. He's catching 17 tomorrow. I'm telling you, if it goes down, 17 tomorrow. I'll probably had 16-15. Aaron will be like, well, you suck. You missed it. Can't do it.
I'd be all right with 16-15.
Absolutely.
All right. If I catch 13 and a half again tomorrow, I'd be happy.
If I catch 12, I'd be happy tomorrow just to make the cut.
If I got anything can happen Saturday too, because there's going to be some people out fishing. We're going to have some party boats going on. Blake's probably going to be back in Party Cove checking it out. He said there's some good bushes in the very back, so I can go check them out, catch that.
Something tells me Doobie will be back in that same cove.
Yeah. Back there.
You and Doobie tied, aren't you guys?
Yeah, we're tied up.
Yeah.
So, but he's got me ahead for some reason. I don't know how that happens.
But, what is the tiebreaker? I wonder. Well, guess it don't matter on day one.
No, day one don't matter. Day two is when it happens, and day three is when it really goes down. So
yeah,
we both got to catch them tomorrow. We both need to make a top 10. That's all there is to it. I mean, we're here at Tenkiller.
Yeah.
Blake's home pond, Luke's home state. So but
a lot of these guys aren't leaving. They got the I didn't realize the MPFL was on Eufaula next week.
Yeah. Boy, that'd be a fun. I don't know. Hell, it might rain enough. They ain't gonna be able to get shit too.
I heard a rumor they could move it to Tenkiller.
Oh, geez. That would suck.
Yeah.
I mean, just because it's got beat to death by us for a week, you know. And they're going to throw 100 more guys on it for another week. So, but, well, I say we wrap her up. Go get you can probably go eat, do whatever you need to do.
He's probably got 3 hours of rigging yet.
Yeah.
No. That's what it took me. I'm rigged, already ate dinner.
Dang.
I'm done.
He's on top of it.
Yeah.
That's a record for me.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. We got one comment here. Kyle Jesse, how did Aaron do today?
He stayed at the house all day and hung out and stayed dry, unlike me.
Worked on the computer because I knew I was going to go tomorrow.
Yeah, he gets to go with me tomorrow, so it'll be fun. So, but we will see you guys. I'm due in at 3:30 tomorrow. What are you, 3 o'clock? Or, you're probably 4:30 or 4 o'clock, aren't you?
4. I just had a moment. I was looking for my phone. It's right here. Yeah.
Let's
I
go
think
catch
4 o'clock.
Have us a good day. I guess it's Saturday anyway.
Yeah, buddy.
So, all right. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you all next Thursday. We're going to be on it. So, hopefully, good.
No promises.
No problem.
Yeah, Blake won't be on.
Yeah.
I've been slacking.
With good checks and good finishes. So, see you guys next Thursday.
See ya.